Hey, I'm gonna put some coffee on. Do you want any? Hello? Stan? Loving girlfriend offering yummy, delicious wake-up drink. Can you hear me? Hello? What? What's going on?
I just got an email from a guy claiming to be a representative from my grandmother's estate. He said she died about 6 months ago, and he's been trying to locate me ever since.
No way. I thought you said you didn't know anyone in your family beyond your mother.
That's the thing. I don't. But I get this email from some guy in a middle of nowhere town called Amityville, saying that he knows with almost 100% certainty that I'm her grandson. He's trying to reach me about her house.
Well, that's wonderful. Do you believe him?
This is just so out of the blue. I don't know. You know, Mom didn't know her family. She always wanted to know more, but, she got pregnant so young, and then Dad died. It was just her and I. And she died shortly after this photo was taken. She just never had the time.
I'm so sorry. What are you gonna do?
Beyond my own curiosity, I guess I owe it to her to find out where she came from. Where we came from. I just hope this guy isn't full of shit.
Hello?
Hi. I'm trying to reach Thomas Davenport.
This is he.
Excellent. This is Stan DeFeo. I'm calling in reference to an email I received from your office.
Mr. DeFeo, I represent the estate of Miss Marie Cameron. I believe her to be your grandmother. Sadly, Miss Cameron passed away a few months ago and left the entirety of her house and its belongings to her next of kin. As it so happens, that's you. I know this must come as a bit of a shock, but if you wouldn't mind coming by my office soon so we can sign some paperwork and I can give you the key to the home.
Sure, I will certainly do that.
Thank you, Mr. DeFeo. My assistant will give you all the info you need to get here. I look forward to seeing you.
Likewise. Thank you. What the? This must have been your diary. May 13th, 1965. It took 2 years and the birth of our little girl, but Jeremy and I have finally set out into the world to build our family upright.
Right. I'm so excited. This is a massive step toward
toward
making our dreams come true. We decided to move to the small town of Amityville. We only had a few dollars to our name when getting into town, but that will soon change since Jeremy had just accepted a new job at a local law firm. We met one of the partners at the law firm today, Gregory Davenport. He was such a gentleman. Not only did the firm welcome us into town, they offered us a beautiful home. We are so very happy.
August 27th, 1965. I find myself constantly amazed by the inherent kindness of those who are believed to be wicked upon first meeting, but are actually kind.
Oh my God!
Please, accept my apologies. Frightening you was certainly not my intent.
No, I'm sorry. My reaction wasn't warranted. I've seen you before. You work at the same law firm as my husband, Jeremy.
Yes, I'm a consultant at the firm. My name is Asmodeus. When I saw you leaving the store, I thought it might be a good time to introduce myself.
Thank you for doing so. It's very nice to meet you. Did you say Asmodeus?
Yes, that is correct. You are Marie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Oh, yes. Marie is my name. God, I'm sorry, I'm just... mind helping me to my car with these things?
It would be my pleasure.
September 22nd, 1965. I know what I'm doing is not appropriate, but it was never my intention for things to go this far. It started so innocently. I would leave our daughter at home with the sitter while Jeremy was working and meet with Osmodeus for coffee. That would eventually lead to spending more time together. More intimate time together. And then things took an even more unexpected turn when he introduced me to some friends. October 10th, 1965. I've decided to leave Jeremy and our daughter for Asmodeus. Jeremy is a good man and a great father, but I am unfulfilled with him. And I'm pregnant.
What the fuck?
June 6, 1966. Osmodius has opened my mind to experiences I've never dreamed were possible.
I've danced with demons and the devil in pools of blood. My soul, once innocent and pure, has been blackened. And I don't want to get away.
July 1st, 1966. I can't leave him, but I also cannot allow anything evil to happen to our daughter. Our Anna. My Anna.
Mom? That's my mom. Hi, Mr. Davenport? Thomas Davenport? Hi, this is Stanley DeFeo. You represented my grandmother Marie? Yeah. Well, I found what I believe to be her diary, and frankly, none of it makes sense. It's all pretty unbelievable. And I wanted to know how well you knew her. Sure. 20 minutes at the Main Street Cafe? Yeah. I can be there. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Crystal? Hey, babe. It's Dan. Hey, things got really, really crazy here. I know it's only been a couple of months, but would you mind coming down? Yeah, it takes about 2 hours. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You're incredible. All right, babe. Yep. Okay, I'll see you this evening. Love you too. Bye.
Stan, back here. Stan, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for meeting me. It's been a rough couple of hours.
Yes, you sounded distressed over the phone. So what's been causing you such stress?
I don't even know where to begin. How well did you know my grandmother?
Well, my grandfather was there the first day her and our first family moved into our quiet little town. He hired Jeremy on and actually helped them get their home.
So she was married when she moved here. What happened?
Well, as I said, my grandfather hired Jeremy's firm. Supposedly he was a stand-up guy. Always up on his work, never slouched. Unfortunately, a few months after they arrived here, Murray and Jeremy's relationship just fell apart.
How?
Well, who knows really. Back in those days, a husband would leave his wife and go to work while she was at home caring for a child in a small town where she didn't really know anybody. She was bound to get bored and want to leave. You know how these things go.
No. I don't know how they go. But what I do know is that something happened. Because everything that I have found is beyond wild and comprehensive.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
Who's Osmodius?
Where did you hear that name?
So you know who he is.
Where did you hear that name?
It was in the diary. My grandmother left it behind. I found it in the house.
The diary, did you bring it with you? Do you have it on you?
No, it's back at the house. But who is Osmodius?
He's a no good son of a that's who he is. And if you were smart, you'd get the hell out of this town now. And it'd be wise of you to disregard any trust towards this one right here, lest you want to end up dead or insane. The sins of your grandfather didn't die with him or your father. I see your villainy, boy. You may not see me, but I see you. I said, hey, let go of me, you let go of me. Get out of town. Get out of this town. Get out. Get out.
What the was that? Who the hell is that guy?
That's just a local dude. Much like Elm Street, I suppose every town has one.
Well, what's his story? And why the interest in me and the hatred for you?
Well, that was your grandmother's first husband, Jeremy.
What?
Yes. After the relationship went south, he went a little mad. Swears everything is the fault of my grandfather and his firm. Naturally, none of that is true.
Osmodius.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
So who or what was this Osmodius guy?
Osmodius was once associated with a firm. He was hired on to be a consultant. He was good. No, he was damn good. But he had a way about him that some folks just found insidious.
So he's the one who lured my grandmother away from her family. Away from that guy.
Yes, you could say that. He had a hint of danger about him that some people found enticing.
Insidious and dangerous. Now the devil worshipping is starting to make sense.
Devil worship. Where did you get that idea?
Well, I read about it in the diary.
Well, I wouldn't put too much faith into that.
Well, I'm not a man of faith. I think it's all bull. But what I do know is that people that believe in something to worship it at that extent are dangerous.
Look, Osmodius, he was a creepy guy, no doubt. But devil worship, it's just crazy. I sure would like to take a look at that diary, though. Would you mind bringing it by my office?
Yeah, sure, but I gotta finish reading it first.
Certainly. Is there anything else that bothered you?
Aside from the diary, the house is a little odd, and something about it is so unsettling.
You know, for a man with no religious belief, you sure do scare easily. Look, I'm not aware of anything sinister going on with that house, aside from Osmodius living there once. Still, I'll go through our records and see if we can find anything on the history of the home.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
Tell you what, why don't you go back home, raid the liquor cabinet and study. I'm willing to bet you'll find a nice bottle of old aged scotch in the back. Pour yourself a couple of fingers, take the edge off a bit. You've had a lot going on. Just take some time to settle down. You can drop off that diary at my office anytime. And I'll look through the records and see if we find anything on the home.
Sure, absolutely.
Some sleep would probably do you some good, too.
Yeah, no, I am exhausted. Well, thank you for meeting me. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Give me a call if you need anything. My phone is always on. And I'll see if I can find any records on the home and be in touch.
Thank you.
Holy shit!
It's okay. It's okay. I promise. I'm not gonna harm you.
You want?
Just to talk. You're in great danger, boy.
What do you mean danger? What kind of danger?
The worst kind. I can't talk here. Quick, follow me. I said quick, boy. You want to know about your grandmother and the evil of this place? Then you need to follow me. Either that, or believe the lies of that lawyer man back there. Do that, you'll be dead by dawn.
All right, but don't try anything. I can run fast.
Best make use of those skills and get out of this town.
Where are we going?
Sanctuary. Now stay quiet. They can hear you.
Oh, this is too weird. I want to know where we're going, and I want to know now.
Damn it, boy, stay quiet. We're almost there. Come on.
Oh, no.
Quiet. Just up there. You see it? That's where we need to be. Pay no mind to all that. They can't bother us up here. Have a seat.
No thanks. I'd rather stand.
Suit yourself.
What are we doing here?
Want one?
No thanks.
This here place is out of their boundary of influence. They can't hear us here.
They? Who the hell are they?
You've been comfortable at all since you got to this little town. You felt all right in that big old house. Or walking through town, interacting with the locals.
No.
It feels like you're constantly being watched, right? And the hairs on the back of your neck are constantly at attention.
Yeah.
Well, that, my dear boy, is your natural instincts letting you know something's off. That you're in some kind of danger.
And am I?
Not here. Not with me.
What is this place?
Here's the thing. The town and the surrounding area is covered by an evil you couldn't possibly understand. It's like a cloud hanging over that won't let the light in. And this here place of mine is out of their boundary of influence. That evil can't follow us here.
You say that evil. What evil? I found a diary in my grandmother's house, and it talks about devil worship and all kinds of other...
Devil worship? Ain't nobody in this town worships the devil, boy. Beelzebub's got way too much on his hands to give a damn about the meanderings of these small town folks. Now, demon worship, on the other hand, that's a whole different story.
Demon, devil, whichever. I don't really buy into either. What worries me is I'm related to someone who would partake in such a violent worship.
A non-believer, are we, huh?
So?
This ain't the boogeyman, boy. Evil don't give a damn what you believe. If it wants you, it will have you. And that house you're in, that's where it'll consume you. None of this would have happened if I'd been a more attentive husband.
Tell me more about my grandmother, about the relationship you two had.
We were a new family, just starting out, in need of funds, and lo and behold, a job out here in Amityville opened up. Offered good potential for growth, good pay, in a town with great potential. So we packed up our things and moved out. The first few months were great. I was working, building a reputation, and bringing home more than enough to keep us going. But then my time on the job kept growing and growing and growing. I was working 16-hour days sometimes, and that was when things started to crumble with our marriage. We became distant and neglectful. I thought it was just a phase, so I kept telling myself, all I need to do is keep putting in the work and bringing home the money. If I stayed the path, then we could do everything we dreamed of. But then I came home one day and she was gone. No note, nothing to tell me why. Just our hungry and soiled child left in her room. But I wasn't ready to give up on her, on us. I started noticing many things wrong with this town, mostly the residents. I couldn't walk out of my own house without catching a scornful glare. And then I saw Marie with him, Asmodeus. I say it was her, but it wasn't. She was changed. I didn't recognize my Marie. That coincidentally was my last day at the firm. I was abruptly fired, and because I didn't own it, they took the house too. I took our daughter to live with my parents, and I came back here to try to save my Marie.
What did you do?
I kept an eye on that damn house. That's what I did. Trying to see my Marie. There was always these cloaked visitors coming and going, but never Marie. In fact, that last day at the firm was the last time I saw her. So there I was, an unemployed man, with no home, no one in this town to trust. Since Marie's new home was closed, I spent most of the nights just wandering through these woods looking for something, anything, to get me by. You know, I'd fall asleep out there and wake up with terrible scratches and bruises. It was as if someone or something was torturing me in my sleep. One day, as I was attempting to make my way to Marie's home, and these woods came alive. Branches reached for me, roots came unearthed. All I could do was run. And in doing so, I stumbled across this place and I was safe.
But why here? Why this place?
I did a little reading on this town after we moved here. And it seems it was founded by a small group of Protestant settlers during the Western expansion in the 19th century. Over the years, they built a fine little town. There's a couple buildings and a church. Things went well for quite a while. Till one day a visitor came to town. By all accounts, he was tall, handsome, and gifted with a silver tongue. It didn't take long to make friends with some of the townsfolks. And he managed to make a place for himself in the very spot you just inherited. One by one, he managed to make these townfolks question their faith. Not all succumbed to his ways, most notably the town pastor. They had a big rivalry as they had feuding flocks. Those that followed the visitor, they believed his promises of riches and purity, whereas the pastor and his followers saw this trickster for what he was. A demon. One evening, as the pastor and his followers were practicing in the church, this dark visitor, this demon, talked his followers into barricading the doors and setting fire to the building. They watched as the building burned to the ground and laughed at the horrific screams that came from within. It's said that the souls of the departed still wander the area where they met their demise and fend off the evil spread of that demon and his followers. And that is why I'm safe in this area.
Sounds more like a man on the edge of his sanity to me. A demon, haunted woods. Give me a break.
Ignorance truly is bliss, my young friend. It's easy to look at someone like me and think the worst. It's much harder to trust. But believe me when I tell you, that house is evil. And it took my family. For years, decades, I've been trying to get my Marie back. I have lost contact with everyone in my family, including our daughter. Marie was the reason I woke every morning. And she's gone. I will have my vengeance on those that took my Marie! That demon! Yeah, run, you little idiot!
It's Richard. Hunter. Ragurezzo. It's Richard.
The house is a little odd. Something about it is so unsettling.
Believe me when I tell you that house is evil. Get out! Get out! Devil worship? Ain't nobody in this town worships the devil, boy. Beelzebub's got way too much on his hands to give a damn about the manners of these small town folks. Now, demon worship on the other hand, that's a whole different story.
Who's Asmodeus?
Where did you hear that name?
So you know who he is.
Where did you hear that name?
It was in the diary. My grandmother left it behind. I found it in the house.
The diary you have no.
No, it's back in the house. But who is Asmodeus?
It would be my pleasure.
Asmodeus.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
So who or what was this Asmodeus guy?
Asmodeus was once associated with the firm. He was hired on to be a consultant. Yeah, he was good. No, he was damn good. But he had a way about it. Some folks just found it insidious.
So he's the one who lured my grandmother away from the family. Away from that.
Yes, you could say that. He had a hint of danger about him. Some people found it enticing.
And I saw him agree with him. That's Asmodeus.
Never had an entity taken a hold of me as this one. I felt at once captive and invincible, master and slave. No man had ever entered me with such gentle force, and I would make sure none would attempt to again. October 10th, 2018. My time in this realm is nothing but short. I must find someone to take my place. My own blood. For my shell is frail and weak, and the Grand One must find another. To pass him on to one of my own is more than a gift.
It
It is
a birthright. Hello? Somebody there?
What the hell is going on? Who are you people? What do you want?
Hello, Stan.
That makes sense.
Who are you?
We are the followers of the Grand One, an entity who has promised great wealth and pride to our people. The one who has, for the most part, rid our community of undesirables and non-believers.
Why me?
Think of it as your christening, your reason for being, or your destiny, if you will.
I don't understand.
Well, it's really simple, Stan. You see, in order to survive on this plane, the Grand One requires a body. But not just any body. It requires one that has his blood coursing through their veins. And that is where you come in.
No. I won't do it. See, people know I'm here. And if y'all don't let me leave, they will come for me.
I don't think that's entirely accurate. Babe.
Crystal?
Oh, Crystal is one of our best agents. She's actually the one who tracked you down.
It wasn't easy, but I was able to figure out where Marie went. Didn't take too much persuasion to get those nuns to spill their guts. But after a while, they told me where Marie's child went. Next, I tracked down where all she had been and all the things she had done, including that she had a little boy. After that, it was easy. Got in good with you and found a way to get you to come here. Okay, don't look so down. You and I had a lot of fun. I'm not ashamed. Oh, and sorry about your dead mom.
And now you're here. Look, Stan, you might as well just give up. All right, there's no escaping this.
You will not take this boy, you evil sons of...
Oh, Jeremy, you old coot. Still blaming us for your inability to husband, as it were?
Wait, Jeremy? Is he the one related to that little mistake?
The very one.
Mistake? What mistake?
Well, Jeremy, for the longest time, we've been trying to track down Marie's offspring. Lo and behold, we found her daughter and grandson. Unfortunately for us, it was the wrong grandson. Yeah, he was related to Marie, but not the grandmother.
You mean... my grandson?
Calm down, Jeremy. There's no need for this.
You shut the hell up. You ruined me and my family, you son of a...
Back up!
Marie.
Hello, Jeremy.
It can't be you. You're dead.
No, my love. I am very much alive.
I don't understand. How?
I've always been here. Just had to appear as if I wasn't alive.
Why?
Oh!
Appearances are everything. Hello, grandson.
What do I do?
Get it out. Get it out.
What do you want?
Get it
Regretita, mi vascala pat,
Andandel regretseta Muvoskala pat and hitsu Aishlas Israel Andal Andandel regretseta Muvoskala pat and hitsu. Get out.
I'm trying. I don't know how.
Not your body. Your soul. Now is your time to carry. You will become the vessel. It is your birthright.
Just can't hide. Keep looking around you. Darkness never lies. It's a one-way ticket to the dark side. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It's a one-way ticket to the dark side. When the end is upon you and you've run out of time, it was never about you. That was all in your mind. You'll be looking around you for some sacred sign. There's nothing to show you. This is the end of the ride. You come into this world alone, or you're gonna leave alone. You can try to run, you can try to hide, but time is simply not on your side. Sun may set, the curtain will fall, but in the end, darkness will be